Barbara King, welcome.
Oh, great to be here.
You are a plant and flower expert. So is your husband.
Oh, yes.
He actually won a blue ribbon, and the key was, this was his secret weapon?
This is unbelievable. Richard Jackson Blossom Booster is the best feed we have ever found for our plants, and he has won so many blue ribbons at the Philadelphia Flower Show. They are in boxes, just boxes and boxes of blue ribbons. This stuff is unbelievable. And do you know why Richard made this?
No? Oh, well, because he couldn't find anything good, right?
That is exactly it.
He didn't like what he saw.
He was so not satisfied, and he is pretty much the garden guru of the UK. He has his own show on Saturday mornings. This is the #1 gardening product in QVC UK.
Here we go.
Not just his.
Okay. Everything, all the products and gardening products. Let me show you your choices right here. You can get the smaller size, which is 1.5 pounds, and that'll make 136 gallons for 20 bucks. But for just $12 more, you can make up to 272 gallons with the 3 pounds. So what makes it so good for our plants and our flowers?
His special creation, which 3 of the really most important ingredients are extraordinarily high levels of potash. And that is what's going to give you the giant fruits, flowers, and vegetables, and more of them.
Well, let's show them.
Okay.
Because you've got some beautiful, is this where you want to start here?
Yeah, and there's also a seaweed extract.
Seaweed.
In that.
And potash.
Yeah, and that is going to give your plants that burst of energy or surge that they're going to need.
That kind of stimulates the growth,
right?
It
does, and that's why you're going to get all these flowers. And then there's a wetting agent that's going to hold all the nutrients into the soil.
That's important.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at here?
This is a clematis. These are all pictures from Richard Jackson's customers.
Okay.
This is from Rob and Brenda Hunter, and they sent this in because they said they were about to throw this clematis out. It was really old and straggly, so they said, you know what? Let's try Richard Jackson Blossom Booster on this, and once they did, they could not believe the results. There's over 180 blooms on that.
Here's
tomatoes.
Josephine and Raymond Cornish.
Yes, I just love the names in England. Well, England, they know their plants and flowers. Now, tomatoes, we are all looking forward to our tomato season. If you love tomatoes, you will fall in love with Richard Jackson Blossom Booster.
But you might have to tie up your tomato plants because they'll be so big and juicy and heavy.
Yes. Now, this is an interesting picture. This was sent to us because there is a hailstorm in England. Now, Jean Willis sent this picture of her plants not looking so great after the hailstorm.
Okay, this was
She
right
treated it with Richard Jackson Blossom Booster, and in 2 weeks,
look at that.
Here are the results of all the blooms, all
in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to
stuff
see
is good.
results very
it's really
quickly.
good.
And then the before and afters are great. Here's the begonias before Richard Jackson, and after Pearl Clark took a picture, and she said, I could not believe the amazing results from just using Richard Jackson.
Wow.
And I love this picture. This is Geraldine Curd. Well, I'm sorry, his wife, Geraldine Curd, sent this picture in. She said, my husband, pictured next to my lilies, is 6 foot 2 inches tall. And look at the size of these lilies. The flower heads are huge.
They're way up there.
They're tall, and there is so many more flowers on my plants and customers' plants that's why it has a huge following.
So do you want to grow more flowers, healthier flowers, bigger plants, bigger crops? This is the way it works.
Yes.
You mix it, right?
Yes, it's so easy. Just a teaspoon or a half a scoop that comes with your container into a gallon of water, and you mix up. That's the wetting agent. The wetting agent is wetting on the right and water on the left.
Right.
Do you see how that wetting agent just absorbed?
I was just saying that because I thought you were saying wedding, like as in getting married, but wetting. Okay, so we just mix a little bit, and it makes tons and tons of plant food, and it's the potash, it's the seaweed extract, it's the trace elements, it's the wetting agent, it's all the nutrients. It's like vitamins for your plants, all the nutrients and vitamins that they need to be their best.
Absolutely, and so easy to use. You just mix it up and you are ready to use it. You don't have to
Will it make me taller? I might just drink. No, don't. It's designed for plants and flowers. Let's show them some more pictures. $20 if you want the 1.5 pounds, but just for $12 more, you double it to 3 pounds, which will make 272 gallons.
That is going to go so far, and you're going to really see results like this. Now, this is an English garden as well, and this is the epitome of English gardening. Lots of container gardening going on here. Pat Clark, who is 80 years old, sent this picture in. She said she just loved this so much. She also won the gold ribbon medal in the Oxford in Bloom competition.
Wow.
Now,
you might be a Bloom booster winner here. First prize, best front garden.
Yes, and it's the best front garden award in the UK. So that's huge. The Sun newspaper held this contest. So Kathleen read it. She put Blossom Booster on all of her plants in her front yard, and she won hands down with a spectacular garden. It just comes alive. It bursts in color, in flowers. You're going to have so many more flowers. So you will love.
So Richard Jackson doesn't want you to settle for an average garden. He wants you to be a gold medal winner.
Well,
he wants you to do this.
How about this?
Holy cow.
This is Terry Jones. Now, his wife told him, will you go pick some rutabaga for, rhubarb, I'm sorry, rhubarb for pies? When he came back with these stalks, she was in awe. She said, oh my goodness.
That's some serious rhubarb.
I mean, they are giant, and that's what Richard Jackson is going to do for your plants. You can use them on your potting plants, in your bedding plants. Your house plants are going to love it.
Look at this.
At that hydrangea.
Wow.
That's
a serious hydrangea.
Yeah, it really amazes me.
By the way, there are 800 people waiting to place their order. We are so busy for this.
You know
already, quite a few of these have been ordered. M46800. Automated ordering might be a great way to go. If you can help us out, 1-800-345-1212 if you've shopped with us before, because people want this kind of a hydrangea.
They really do, and there is nothing more satisfying than having a garden that just explodes in flowers and giant. I mean, look at that. This is, again, England. Richard Jackson's following there is huge. People love their gardens there, and that's why it's the #1 gardening product in QVC
Not
UK.
just the size, look at the color.
Yeah.
Do the right nutrients like this enhance the color?
Well, you're going to see a lot more color because you're going to have a lot more blooms. So when you have more blooms, and we use this on all of our plants now that we sell in my flower shop. Tomatoes you will get bumper crops of tomatoes. If you love tomatoes, you must try Richard Jackson Blossom Booster. It really is going to give you more tomatoes. And the size of plants is unbelievable.
That's a dahlia.
Yes, I love dahlias, and they come in so many different varieties and colors. And if you want your dahlias to be better than anyone's dahlias on the block, this is the way to do it.
When it comes to blooms and blossoms, the bigger the better. That sounds funny. Blooms and blossoms. The bigger the better. Tomatoes, the bigger, the juicier, the better.
Whoops,
Let's go.
I think I went the wrong way with my tomatoes.
It's Jack and the Beanstalk. It grows up. And that's what you're going to feel like. You're going to come out, look at your tomato plants and go, holy cow. Richard Jackson knew what he was talking about. I mean, it really works. There's so much documentation on the difference, right?
Yes, and I love asking customers to please send us in your pictures because we're collecting them all. The results of this is something you're going to find astounding.
And here's the difference, before and after.
Yep, and don't forget to use it on your house plants too, because they also need that nutrients that they just don't get when they're in a pot. And this is a Streptocarpus.
I was going to say that's your basic Streptocarpus, right?
Yes.
I didn't know.
And as soon as you use Richard Jackson, the nutrients will soak into the soil and they will stay there because there is a wetting agent in this. Now, once they get the nutrients they need, just like people, plants need the right food to be the best that they can be. And there's nothing more satisfying than having a garden be better than you've ever had because you put so much effort into doing your plants.
It may have been a Streptocarpus up here, but it was a Streptocarpi down there because there's so many of them. All right, little Dan silliness. but this is not silly when it comes to seriously seeing results. And why do all the work in your garden of the planting and the tending to your plants if you're not going to get great results?
Absolutely, and great results are even sweeter when it's so easy. Now you can just use a teaspoon or half a scoop that we provide in the tub.
Okay.
There's the wetting agent
Thank you.
on the right soaking in the soil, and on the left was just plain water. So the nutrients usually just roll away. Richard knew that, and he wanted to make sure that your plants get everything they need and it's retained in the soil, so your plants are going to explode with giant flowers.
Speaking of exploding, 1,000 people are on the phone lines for this product.
Well,
this is huge. This is a huge hit. You've got two choices. The 1.5 pound will make 132 gallons, but the 3 pound for $32, just $12 more, makes 272 gallons. The 3 pound choice sold out the last day we presented this, and that was back in March. So it's taken us a while to get this back, March 19th. Prize-winning orchids. Your husband knows that. The Bloom Booster, Blossom Booster from Richard Jackson was his secret weapon, right?
Yes. Now, he's been growing plants for years and years, and so many people have asked him, oh, try my product. So he kind of poo-pooed it first. And he met Richard, and he said, just give it a whirl, Joe. So my husband, Joseph Polino, who is a well-known horticulturalist in the Philadelphia area, used it on all the plants that we enter in the Philadelphia Flower Show. And he was like, wow, this stuff works.
It takes home the blue ribbon.
It
there
really
you go.
does, and he knows plants, and we've tried everything, and there truly is nothing like this out there in any stores in the market at all.
Let's show a few more pictures as we are just really, really busy on the phone lines. Don't miss out, M46800. We found this in the UK. It's like one of their top, if not the top, gardening item.
Yes, it is
QVC
the number one
UK.
gardening product, QVC UK, and it has such a huge following because it works. There's
we got a minute and a half. We're going to go through these quickly.
Okay.
Take us through it.
So there's clematis from Rob and Brenta Hunter. They almost threw it out, but they didn't, and they were so happy.
Saved by Richard Jackson.
And we have tomatoes. Definitely use it on all your fruits and vegetables. They're going to be giant. If you have, and if you have a little damage in the garden, it's going to give them that burst of energy they really need to be the best that they can be. There's the before a hailstorm and after a hailstorm. Tremendous amount of flowers and just gorgeous. Before and afters just say everything. Here is a hanging begonia before Richard Jackson.
Two of them.
And now here it is after.
Huge.
Lots of flowers. And this is really one of my favorites. I always put Geraldine Curd's pictures out for my customers to see because her husband is 6 foot 2 inches tall. The size of these lilies far surpass him, and the flower heads are
She
giant.
said they're actually over 10 feet tall in that picture. Wow, do we have a few more?
Oh, we sure do.
One last one here.
Okay, where are we here? We're this way. This is English gardening at its best.
Would you like your gardens to look like that?
Container gardening is really hard. Things dry out, the nutrients aren't naturally in the pots. So Richard Jackson gives you a combination of nutrients. The feed is exactly what your plants are going to need to give you a garden that looks this spectacular.
Wow. Tell RJ I said hello. Richard
shall.
Jackson. Almost 4,000 of these just spoken for in the last few minutes as Barbara and I were showing you all those photos. Don't miss out, and for $12 more you can step up and get the 3 pound choice, which makes up to 272 gallons of Richard Jackson's Blossom Booster Plant Food Concentrate. It's a hot pick, M46800. We're gonna sweep up the right way next.
So this is the time of year that we're all dying to get out into the garden and get our hands dirty. Well, it's the perfect